Pursuant to the provision of New Jersey Open Public Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting was properly provided by transmitting the notice of the meeting for the publication to the Asbury Park Press, the Star Ledger, on January 5th, 2024. Notice of this meeting of the governing body has been posted in the corridor of the municipal building and in the office of municipal clerk. Roll call.
Councilmember Anfield?
Here.
Councilmember Condos?
Here.
Councilmember Connor?
Here.
Councilmember Kraft?
Here.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Here.
Council President Wilk?
Here.
Mayor Pearson?
Excused.
Thank you.
Please join me in silent prayer. Pledge. Yeah.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 5, did everyone have the opportunity to review the minutes? So do I have a motion?
I make the motion.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yeah.
Councilmember Condos?
I'm going to abstain. I was absent for the last session.
Thank you. Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
On the ordinance number 6, there's a final reading and adoption of ordinance 2024-04, capital ordinance of the Borough of Seaside Park, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $101,000 for the movie mats. Do I have a
I
motion?
make that motion.
Oh,
We just have to do public comment.
the public comment.
Just for the
Do we have the public comment on item A, final reading adoption of that ordinance? I see none. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion,
Second.
Council President.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. Gina, second.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item B, first reading and introduction of ordinance 2024-05, ordinance to establish the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, New Jersey SA 48 4-4514. Do you have a motion on that? No, it's first reading.
Just first.
Thank you. I'll make that motion.
Do you have a second?
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda? Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item C, first reading and introduction of ordinance 2024-06, amending Chapter 200 of the Code of Borough of Seaside Park entitled Development Regulations, so as to create a new section 20-56.1 to be titled Tree Removal and Replacement. Do you have a motion on that?
Make a motion to approve first reading.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item D, first reading and introduction of ordinance 2024-07, amending Chapter 225, Article 1, Section 225-5 of the Code of Borough of Seaside Park entitled Recreation Activity Fees. Do I have a motion?
Mark, I just had a question on it, or maybe a comment. I know we have the fees down here going up to $30 for the farmer's market and the other things also down there. But the junior lifeguard, I know we had to change that. It still says junior lifeguard per session like $30, which is the minimum, but we had said we were only going to charge 25. So I don't know if that affects that in any way, or we charge, because we were charging 15. And we had said we'd probably charge 25. And then, but this has a minimum of 30 on it.
So you're suggesting it should say 25?
Well, we make it 30, you know?
I think you had that in your session last week, right, based on the committee discussions? I wasn't here last week,
Yeah, I
but
don't remember
unless you
that.
guys changed it then. I'm okay
Now,
to change
it was, just interesting enough, it was 30 before also, but we were only charging 15.
So I don't know.
I don't know if
Mr.
they make-
Sparks, does that make a,
Does that make a
to
difference?
make it the absolute, like you could charge less than what it says, the minimum is nobody's
Right.
gonna complain that you charge them less, or do you have to change it in the ordinance to be less?
I have to look at the exact language. This is 07, right?
Yeah.
07 says a minimum and a maximum. The minimum is the minimum. You can't go below that.
Okay, so then you have to either change the 30 to 25.
The minimum, if it says minimum, then you can't go below that. Minimum's minimum.
Okay, because I mean, that's fine, it had been 15, so.
Like I said, the minimum, you're talking about the lifeguards, it says minimum $30 per session.
I understand, I'm just saying what
Yeah.
happened, so I'm just, yeah.
So if you want to change it now before we do the first reading. I don't know what the committee's
Yeah,
proposal
change
was.
that to 25.
I think it should be 25, because
It's
then
fine.
4 weeks would be 100, and we say we charge 85. So I know we raised the maximum to get that 85 in there, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So
Okay,
if you want to amend section 1, capital letter B, junior lifeguard per session of 25, let's make that amendment before we have a motion on the, there would be I would say you would make a motion to amend the proposed ordinance to read $25 minimum on the junior lifeguard.
yeah.
Need a motion and a second.
Do you need that motion?
I want to make a motion for the 25, for the amendment.
Second?
Okay?
Second. Roll call?
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
All right, the draft ordinance is now amended to read for the summer program, junior lifeguard minimum $25.
Yes.
Okay, you need a motion and a second on the ordinance.
So moved. Do you have a second?
Yes, second.
Yeah, second, yeah.
Roll call, please?
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Next item E, first reading and introduction of ordinance 2024-08, amending chapter 435 entitled Vehicles and Traffic, part 4, article 6, section 435-44 of the Code of Borough of Seaside Park, changes in fees.
I have a comment on that, Marty.
Yeah, please.
Originally, we were gonna raise it to $2 during the week,
Yes.
$2.50 on the weekends and holidays. We were informed that the kiosk cannot take 50 cents, so
That
we
is
want to
correct.
change that to $2 and $3.
We need to do the same thing.
Same thing, you make a motion, thank you, Mr. Rotunda, you would make the same motion to amend ordinance 2024-08, the draft section 1, capital letter A, and that would be, I guess, B would go to $2.
3.
Oh, B would go to 3, and C would go to 3?
Correct.
Okay. And we need,
Like to have the motion on that, please?
So moved.
We have a second? Roll call, please?
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
One point, in A of that section 1,
there's verbiage in there that calls out the 250, so we also have to correct that to say $3. And that occurs, I guess, in one spot.
That's right.
Okay, so, yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Then we also need to have, Stephen, you good with that? We need to have
Yeah,
a motion on-
I'll give it to Barry to change and send back to Jenna.
Next item, at first reading and introduction, ordinance 2024-09, amending chapter 135, article 1, section 135-7 of the Code of Borough of Seaside Park, entitled permits required for the use of beach rates. Do I have a motion on that one?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Item G, first reading and introduction, ordinance 2024-10, providing a supplemental appropriation of $329,300 for the demolition cost and providing for the issuance of $312,835 in bonds or notes for the Borough of Seaside Park to finance the same. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Number seven is authorizations of events. We have three of them. Event, a wedding, La Costa. We have an event. Do you want me to do one at a time? We'll do it, Bill, did you check the insurances on?
Summary, I think we could do all.
We'll do, the next item is the Pure Charles River Yoga, and then we have the Union Church Easter Service, Sunrise Service. Any questions on those? Do you have a motion on
Insurance,
for that?
I'll make a motion.
Do you have a second?
I'm looking at it.
Go on. Second.
Yes, please take your time, Bill. I did review them,
Yeah, the insurances are
I did
okay.
check the insurance.
The insurance is good.
I'll make a motion to approve all three.
Yeah, we're good.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Number 8, payment of claims. Approving payment itemized claims as set forth on the clerk's registered bill list for the period March 8th to March 21st, 2024. Did everyone have the opportunity to review those?
I did.
Are there any questions on that?
No, I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second on that for the bill list?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
I abstain, I did not see the bill list.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Moving down is resolutions. 2024-117, Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Fiscal Grant Cycle, October 2024 to June 2025. Next item is Resolution 2024-118, purchases of memory mats from the New Jersey State Contract, number 16D PP 00019 T-0103. Next item is 2024-119, to release the performance bond and acceptance, the maintenance bond of Earl Asphalt Company for the reconstruction of H Street and G Street. Next item is 2024-120, authorizing the tax collection to cancel the designation tax sale certificate. Next item is 2024-121, awarding a contract to Core and Main through the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey, ESCNJ Cooperative System, ESCNJ number 19/20-27. Next item is 2024-122, authorizing a totally disabled veteran exemption, cancellation of taxes, and a refund of overpayment of taxes. Next item is 2024-123, authorizing salary increase for the code compliance supervisor. Next item is the 2024-124, appointing a part-time zoning officer to the Borough of Seaside Park. Next item is 2024-125, appointing a seasonal employee for the Borough of Seaside Park Marina. Next item, 2024-126, establishing recreation fees as provided in the Borough Code Chapter 225, Article 1, Section 225-5. Next item, 2024-127, accepting the resignation of Douglas Graham. Next item is 2024-128, authorizing purchase of alcohol test for New Jersey State Contract number 20-TELE-009933. Next item, 2024-129, authorizing salary increase for the marina supervisor. Next item is 2024-130, authorizing a shared service agreement with the Townships of Berkeley and the Seaside Park Fire Company, number 1, for fire prevention services. Last item is 2024-131, authorizing T&M Associates to provide professional services for the submission of a funding application to the New Jersey Transportation Bank for the boardwalk replacement project. Although it's not required by law, are there any questions from the public? Yes? Okay.
Fran Herring, 21 High Street. It's not a question, it's a
Yeah.
comment. In raising the parking fees, the kiosks from
Yes.
$2 to $3 on the weekend, you're just driving them down the side streets.
Thank you.
Alan Mobley, 145 O Street. Referencing the ordinance 2024-08 for parking, didn't we talk, somebody suggested possibly offering season stickers for $250? That, we have it on the books, am I not?
We do have it on the books, that is correct.
But I don't think it's that price, but I think it was less than that. But I think at these prices, it may be something that you may want to offer to the dailies who come over the bridge or whatever, for $250. I mean, if they came 4 times a week and stayed 4 hours, they're going to save well over $100 in parking fees for the summer, if not more. That's not coming on the weekends. So I know we're supposed to be a friendly town, so I'm just throwing that out there, that we can put it on our website, and somebody complains, say, well, it's on the website, or we can maybe advertise it and say, there's a possibility you can get a season, when they're selling the badges, say, you know what, we have a season's card pass here for you for $200, or whatever price that you sit down in committee and come up with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
It is 251.
Vincent Rosenberg, 122 M Street. I was just curious as to what Douglas Gall's position was in the town.
He was a code enforcer.
And how long did we have his presence?
Part-time, right?
He was a part-time employee. I do not want to state the time period because I do not recall when we hired him.
Okay. So we're going to be looking for somebody else, or?
At this time, we are not in the process of hiring anyone. I'm not saying we're not going to in the future, but at this time, we are not interviewing for another person.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll close the public portion. Not seeing anyone else. Do I have a motion?
Marty, I have a question
Yes,
on
please.
130 for, I
Yes.
guess, for Steve. Our shared service agreement with Berkeley expired December 31st, 2022. The new agreement that they sent us starts January 1st, 24. Should that be backdated to 23? Or just leave it the way it is? Because I don't want to play games with them, because when we did that with the fire truck, they backed away and didn't give us anything. But that's just legality.
According to the resolution, it said it expired in 2023.
No, we didn't have one last year.
That's what the resolution says.
Yeah, the copy I had said it expired in 2022, and then last year, instead of 30, they gave us 24, which they agreed to pay us, but it's not in the new agreement that they owe us at 6,000. I just want to make sure we get what's coming to us.
This is for 2024 through 2025. I don't know what happened in 2023. This is being asked.
Okay, is it okay that way?
Well, this is for 2024 and 2025.
Okay, yeah, then do it.
Yeah.
Sherry, on that second page though, the second whereas paragraph where it says the amount of 35 per year and an additional 6,000.
Additional 6,000.
Yeah,
Right.
For prior under previous, is that what you're concerned about?
It is in the resolution.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Any other questions? Any other resolutions?
Make a motion to approve
You
all
have a second?
resolutions.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
I'd just like to go back to, we do have, just to get back to the code enforcement, we do have multiple code enforcers. We don't have just one code enforcer. So there's no lack of coverage on it, because right now, we're fine with code enforcers, to answer the question. There's more than one code enforcer at the building department. And we did not add any other employees by hiring the zoning officer, because our other zoning officers retiring. So there's no added employees to that department. Is there any other comments from the council? Questions or anything? I'll open it up to the public with any comments? Any public comments from anyone? Please, Edie.
Andy Clay, 48 11th Avenue. I have a couple of questions, but before I do that, and I know sometimes he's at the council meetings, I'm sorry he's not here. I would like to publicly thank Joe Toth for the work that he does to arrange the senior luncheons. I was yesterday's, and I was the one in February. Yesterday we had it at the community center, and it was a very pleasant experience. And I know that with him working full-time as an educator, that, he had to pull some time from somewhere to make the arrangements for this. And I just want that to go on the record.
Thank you.
Two questions. Well, one's a comment. As far as the ordinance 06, the whole tree thing,
Yes.
which I was somewhat horrified at first when I looked at the agenda and saw a 7-page ordinance, but then I found out that this was required by the state. Am I correct in assuming that this verbiage is what the state sent?
That is correct, and we had the opportunity to tweak it, and it was looked at by the planning board, and it was looked at by Eric from PT Public Works, and that's our final version of it. It really will not affect any property because of the wording on
Any
it.
sequoias here in town?
No, we don't really have the plantings, really. It was required for stormwater management, that's why we have it on the books.
I'm glad, Steve, you don't have to go through all this and create all this.
It was a model ordinance, we had to
ordinance.
follow it and tweak it if we could.
The question I have is ordinance 07 about the summer programs, the junior lifeguard. And I know that you are changing the minimum per session to $25. The other number, the maximum per session could go up to $175. Am I reading that right?
It says,
Yeah, it just allows us, it's a range that we can, it's on
I
the ordinance.
understand. Now, per session, is that like if it's a 6-week thing, that's every week, it's $25?
Right now, there's 4 weeks,
Okay.
okay? There's 2 sessions a week. So if an individual wanted to register their children, it would be $25 for that 1 week,
Per week.
per week. And if they wanted to do it for the season, it would be 85. Not 100, it would be 85.
Okay. Just seems like 175 is a lot, but that could be 20 years from now.
Well, that's it, just a lot, yeah, it's a little leeway.
It's a lot of leeway. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shirley Pressel, 700 North Bayview Avenue. I have a question on an ordinance that doesn't seem to be enforced in town. It was chapter 405-27, and it's about what can be put between your sidewalk and the curb. And according to the ordinance, and I remember when it was passed because I questioned my grass and that got cleared up. It says grass not to exceed the height of 3 inches, stones or gravel, pavers or bricks. We seem to have an awful lot of people that have other things growing, a lot of dune grass. And yes, dune grass is nice, but it's gotten to the point where when you pull up a car, if somebody's getting out of your passenger's side, the dune grass is blocking the door from opening. I'm more aware of it now, well, also at G and Ocean, you cannot see down the street. It is so high. And we have an ordinance against it, and I don't know why it's not followed. And I've become more aware of this since I have a handicapped grandchild. I can't tell her to put her hands up in front of her face when the dune grass is going to blow in her face. We have to go out in the street and around and back up. I think it's wrong, and there's a lot of people that are handicapped that get pushed in wheelchairs. And again, you're going through these dune grass and branches of trees that you have to duck under, and we have an ordinance preventing that. Can we get this ordinance enforced with people? I mean, now is the time that people are starting to think about, well, spring hopefully coming. But this ordinance was put in place, and it seems to have been completely ignored. And it's amazing, you know, it is tough for some people. So is there any way we can start enforcing this ordinance that was passed? Was passed, approved, discussed?
Surely, I would suggest, I don't think they're going to have the ability to survey every single property in town to see if the ordinance is being complied with. So I think the whole purpose of code enforcement is if there is an area where you see that's being violated, maybe contact code enforcement, let them know a specific place, and they can go out, take a look, and then issue a summons or give a notice of violation and things like that. They're not going to be able to go to every single property in town to assess whether the verge is being violated or not.
And I understand that.
So-
The next issue is, I'm sure a lot of these people don't know about that ordinance.
That's why you get a
And
notice of
that's-
violation.
You know, is
Exactly.
there any way that, and I hate to say in a taxpayer's letter, but maybe this ordinance could be put out there so that people know? I mean, I have a friend that has Newgrass there, and I know she has no clue about it.
Well, the only thing they
And I
could
don't-
do is maybe post it on the website more
Put it up there.
prominently, maybe, by the way, you know, maybe do like ordinance of the week. And that's
Well,
everything.
Short beat, maybe.
Or short beat and do ordinance of the week. The ordinance of the week this week is going to be the verge. Everyone be aware. But also a complaint on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
Contact code and say, hey, maybe go look at this area. We think maybe they're violating the right-of-way problem.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I thank you for bringing that to our attention. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's tough.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, I understand.
I remember drafting the ordinance in 2014.
Yeah, I know the wording in that one too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Please.
Holly Byrne, 18 Brighton Avenue. With regard to the Moby mats, I know you keep saying all, beach entrances, but I know Brighton is the exception because of the emergency access. Is there a way that you could consider a pedestrian mat, as some of the other towns do? A pedestrian mat is off to the side, still allowing the vehicles, the width to get on the beach as in the beach rake and the garbage and emergency vehicles and things like that. Brighton, first of all, you have that treacherous ramp going up to the boardwalk to begin with. It's a mess with sand. But now we have to go up and over, the walk area there too. So what can be done? Can I help in any way? Can I contact somebody? Can I work with somebody to say, could we please get, in consideration of all beach entrances, having a Moby mat, not to exclude Brighton just because of being an emergency access? Is there a way that we can consider a pedestrian mat, one that's not as wide as on the other entrances?
Mike, thank you for bringing that up this evening. I have a meeting with the engineer on Monday. I'll discuss that issue.
Okay, if I can help in any way,
Yeah,
because
I
I know,
appreciate it. Yep.
I'm advocating for
I'll
all
see if there's any
the people
option
on the
on
street
that.
before they all start calling you and going
Yeah,
crazy
and-
with that too, so.
And to that point, I mean, Stockton's in the same boat there, so maybe
Yeah.
we could do that on Stockton's a lot wider than
Mhm.
Brighton, so
Mhm.
possibly that might be something.
So I have a meeting Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Denise Chuck, 1807 North Bayview. There's been some conversation and some planning suggested for the property on Central and Third. I'm just wondering, is there a plan to set a date where a decision will be made exactly what to do with that property?
Not at this time. There is no date set.
Is there a process being put in place to at least look down in the future and see what can be done with that property,
I think we're looking at all options at this point.
but no goal?
We've been discussing it and
I mean, we bought that property a year ago, right? I think it's just about a year. I think the community is hoping that that property will be put to good use somehow in the near future. Okay.
anyone else? Okay, seeing none, I'll close the public portion.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned?
Marty,
Yes.
something,
Yes, please.
Pat got a Ocean County alert that there's a flood watch issued,
Yes.
and it's,
That came out this afternoon.
yes, came up, and it goes till March 24th at 8 a.m.
Does everyone in the audience know about the website where you could sign up for that from Stevens? And you get the text alert? Okay, I'm just putting that out there. Thank you. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you, everyone.